Alrighty guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I think it's episode 3 of the Smolov squat program. Now, it's not the third day of the Smolov squat program. Actually, I've gotten into the base cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the clips from the past few days that I've been hitting Smolov and kind of talk about the smartest way to do the Smolov squat program. As you guys know, the Smolov, or you may not know, but the Smolov squat program is an extremely rigorous program, very tough and taxing on your body, extremely, just really exhausting, to be honest. And a lot of people don't like it. I was actually just searching up on YouTube just out of curiosity, the Smolov squat program reviews, results, just to get a gist of kind of what other people are saying and how other people are reacting to the program, and if it's good or bad for the majority of people. Now, the biggest concern that people have is it's too tough and it's too focused on your legs. So one thing that a lot of people complain about is injuries, and basically everybody or a lot of people that do the Smolov get injured or cannot continue the program due to an injury. So for me, I've done the Smolov several times if you guys are new to the channel, and alhamdulillah, every time I've gotten good results and I've increased my max squat by a lot. So in terms of injuries, I think you really have to do the Smolov squat program in a smart way, and I'll talk about what the smart, I think, Smolov squat program really is. And then the other thing people complain about or have a concern about when regarding the Smolov squat program is that all of your other lifts begin to kind of decrease and you're not focused enough to maintain or increase your other lifts. So for example, chest, if you're not doing enough bench pressing, you're not doing enough deadlifting, things like that. Now, I agree with that. I actually agree with that point, that you are not able to focus on getting a stronger deadlift. You're not able to focus on getting a stronger chest. But let's go ahead and get into what I think is the smart way to do the Smolov squat program. Now, first thing first, like I said before, the Smolov squat program is insanely tough, and it is actually probably the hardest program I've ever done. Now, that being said, you do not have to do the Smolov squat program exactly how it's written in the program itself. So when it tells you to do whatever X amount of sets, let's say 4 sets of 9 at, 70% or 75% or whatever it is, you don't have to do 75%. Do 4 sets of 9, but do it at 60% or 65% or whatever percentage that you feel comfortable doing. Now, also, I think in the base cycle it is where you have to squat 4 times a week. And I don't know if there's any other time. I can't recall. I haven't done the Smolov in a while, and I haven't looked forward into the next cycles. But I don't know if there's any other cycle within the Smolov program that makes you squat 4 times a day or 4 times a week as well. So I don't do that. I do not follow the Smolov squat program 100%. And actually, you guys will see in my clips, if you guys know my max is 500 pounds on the squat. So you guys will look at my lifts or my clips and say, well, the Smolov said to do 4 sets of 9 at 75%. Why is he only doing 65% of his max or 60% of his max or whatever it is? So the reason for that is I go based off how my body feels. If my lower back is sore, if my knees kind of hurt a little bit, if my hips are a little bit tight, my groin is a little tight, whatever it is, something feels off in my body, I don't go as hard as or as heavy as the Smolov squat program recommends and suggests. Now, hitting the second point, which is you don't get to focus a lot on your chest. You don't, or I should say, bench press and deadlift. This is for power lifters specifically. If you're not a power lifter, like I'm not a power lifter, I don't care too much about increasing all of my totals. Really, I don't care about deadlifting at all at this point in my lifting career. And at this time, really, I only care about getting the strongest squat possible and also try to increase my bench press slowly. I'm not really too concerned about bench press. So let's talk about it from a power lifter's perspective. If you are a power lifter, the Smolov squat program should only be used to kind of peak your squat. If you have a really weak squat and that's kind of what's holding you back, your bench press and your deadlift is really solid, but everybody in your competitions is always out squatting you, and you really want to focus on just kind of peaking that squat as high as you can just before that competition, then the Smolov squat program might be a good program for you. Now, if you're concerned with kind of longevity and kind of increasing your squat, bench, and deadlift kind of consistently over the next few months or the next year or whatever, then the Smolov squat program, depending on how you do it, the Smolov squat program as it's written is definitely, I don't think it's a smart idea to do it. There's a lot of other programs that can help you kind of slowly build up your squat, bench, deadlift all together, and you don't really just focus on a single lift or a single kind of workout. So if you're interested in something like that in terms of kind of over the months, the next few months or year or whatever, then do something else. Maybe don't do the Smolov squat program. But if you're like me and you're kind of just trying to get a stronger squat, it doesn't really matter, you're not too focused on the other lifts right now, then the Smolov squat program is a great program. Now, I also do want to say and mention that my bench press, generally speaking, does not decrease during the Smolov squat program. I program it in a way where I kind of focus on actually hypertrophy for my chest and my back, basically my upper body hypertrophy, while focusing on lower body strength, or basically squat strength. And so the reason for that is after my Smolov squat program is done and I max out, I hit a new max, I kind of take it easy on legs, kind of give my legs a little break, give my body a break, so it's not overly stimulated and exhausted and just shocked from, you know, the volume and intensity of the Smolov. And then I focus more on strength workouts for my chest and a little bit for my back. If you do deadlifts, you could obviously resume deadlifts after. And if you want to deadlift during the Smolov squat program, I would highly recommend not going anywhere near your max, because you will, I think, completely shock your body. And a lot of people that I watched on YouTube, they were concerned about that too, that if you deadlift along with squatting 3 to 4 times a week and that intense kind of squat session, you're going to shock your body and you're going to have more regression than progression. So be careful with that. So that being said, I think the smartest way to do the Smolov, well, actually, let's kind of rewind a little bit. The first question you should ask yourself is, should I do the Smolov squat program? Is it a program that I am interested in? Is it a program that's going to benefit me and my goals? Again, if you're interested in that long-term progression where you want to increase your 3 main lifts, your bench press, your deadlift, and your squat, then the Smolov squat program as it's programmed is not a good program for you. If you simply just want to get a stronger squat in the next month, in the next 2 months, and you want to maintain your bench press and your deadlift as it is, then the Smolov squat program I think is great for you. If you're in my boat where I don't really care too much about deadlifts, and you don't want to increase your deadlift or your bench press for at least a month or 2, you're not too concerned about it, and you just want to see how strong you can squat, then try out the Smolov. It'll be an amazing program for you. So just to kind of summarize, we went over a lot of points in this video. Just to summarize, the smartest way to do Smolov, I think, if you are going to decide to do the Smolov, is do not push your body beyond its limits. Listen to what your body is telling you. If your legs are really, really tired and sore, or if your knees are sore, if your lower back is tight, or whatever kind of pain you're feeling that day, if your body is telling you, you probably shouldn't do 4 sets of 9 at 70%, let's do 65 or 60%, or whatever percentage you feel comfortable with, then do that. You can modify the Smolov squat program. Do not feel bad about modifying the Smolov squat program. And don't listen to anybody that tells you if you don't follow the Smolov squat program, rep for rep, percentage for percentage, it's not going to work for you. It will work for you. It's worked for me. And the sheer amount of volume that you're doing and the sheer amount of squats that you're doing throughout the week, your body is forced to really get stronger, a stronger squat and stronger legs. So really don't worry too much about it. The second thing is try to kind of focus on your legs for the duration of the Smolov squat program, and maybe focus on a little bit of upper body hypertrophy, or just kind of try to maintain your bench press strength and your deadlift strength as you go along with the Smolov squat program. Try not to do too much with the other lifts and focus solely on the squats during this program. And if you don't want to do that, then I don't recommend the Smolov squat program at all. Again, there's other programs that you could try out. And that's kind of it for this video. Just an update in terms of my progression with the Smolov, alhamdulillah, has been going really good. Reducing the kind of intensity, reducing the percentages and the weight a little bit just so I could get through the workouts and not hurt myself. And also I tend to take actually 2 days break sometimes in between each leg day. So you're supposed to squat 4 times a week, which means you're squatting every other day, and at some point during the week you're squatting back-to-back days. I'm not doing that at all with the base cycle. I'm taking it easy and taking my time with it, which I recommend doing for you guys as well, especially if you're feeling fatigued. But in terms of weights that I've been lifting, I think it's the strongest I've felt in a long time. So alhamdulillah, very happy with my progress so far. And again, I will keep you guys updated, and inshallah we will get to the end of the program. If you guys are new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it, and don't forget to drop a like. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. And inshallah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.